This is hard pass, Kyle.
Oh,
this is hard pass. I'm going to give it up.
But speaking of shooters, who do you have as the best shooter in NBA history?
John Moran. He catching bodies every day.
You got a point too, man.
The best shooter, it got to go to Steph.
Yeah. So
it got to go to Steph.
So who do you have second?
Second as the best shooter?
Yeah.
Second as the best shooter, I want to say, most of me want to say your boy Gilbert Arenas. I want to throw in T-Mac behind Gilbert, but I'm going to say Gilbert, and I can stand on that with 1.5 foot.
Gotcha. So what about, let's say, Damian Lillard?
I think Gilbert got him. It's Gilbert for a fact.
Ray Allen.
Gilbert got him.
Reggie Miller.
Gilbert got him. Let me say this.
Talk about it.
If all of those players that you name were playing in the NBA today, where you can just throw up threes, Gilbert Arenas would be way better of a shooter and a player than Steph Curry is. Because Gilbert Arenas was doing that. He was doing what Steph Curry is doing now in an era where
that wasn't a thing.
60% of the shots, well, not even 60, probably 70% of shots, probably 80% of shots was 2-point shots. So if Gilbert Arenas,
I wouldn't say it was that high though.
80%.
It was high, but it wasn't that high.
You would say what?
70.
I take 70.
Yeah.
Gilbert Arenas was playing at an era where 70% of the shots were 2-point shots, and he was crossing over, pulling up from 30, 35, 40.
I agree with that. I
think if Gilbert Arenas was playing today and Steph Curry was also playing today, I think Gilbert Arenas would be the best shooter of all time. And I stand on that. Matter of fact, somebody challenged me on that.
I don't think I could stand on. No.
On Gilbert Arenas?
Versus Steph? No.
Get out of here.
No, Steph shooting Gilbert out the gym for sure.
No.
For sure. Effortlessly.
No,
Probably Steph on his worst day. He's shooting Gilbert out.
Okay. Gilbert Arenas was pulling up from 35 while you could literally hand check, right? The league was more difficult then. Gilbert Arenas was still pulling up from that far.
Yeah.
If he was playing today in the NBA now, if you do this, that's a foul. If Gilbert Arenas had that, he averaging 40.
Yeah, but those things don't even really affect the way Steph go out there and do what he do.
They set 30 screens for Steph.
Yeah.
If Gilbert had 30 screens,
well, he should have.
It was in a different league.
I get what you're saying, but all I'm saying is what we got.
What we got is Gilbert Arenas was a sharpshooter in his day.
I don't disagree with that.
Nobody could stop Gilbert Arenas when he pull up. Just how nobody could stop Steph. So what I'm saying is now, defense in the league today is not as good as it was back then. But what?
Was they checking Gilbert all the way out there? Because all the shots that I seen him taking from way far back, nobody was on him.
That's the same way with Steph. Steph don't pull up from 40.
People do now. Yeah, no, people do now. And he still shoot that thing. The bang, bang, he was guarded. If they jumped and put a hand up and he made that.
Everybody make one contested shot. Gilbert Arenas was doing what Steph is doing now in a more difficult time, a more difficult era. Steph Curry.
No, I don't think Nope. I'm not letting you get that off.
Get off.
It's not more difficult because Steph gets guarded out there. Gilbert wasn't getting guarded out there like that.
They run plays for Steph. Right, Steph literally get at least 4 or 5 screens a play. That is the new NBA.
Yeah,
where they run screens, the freaking 3-shooter catch the ball and shoot it. Gilbert Arenas grew up in an era where it was inside out. Now it is outside in.
Yeah,
Gilbert Arenas was in an inside out era, and he was still shooting that thing from 35 to 40.
Yeah,
if he was here today,
he could still shoot it from 35
he
40.
would shoot it better than Steph.
No, I don't see it that way.
He would shoot it better. Boy.
You saying that based off him just doing it though. You're not saying that off.
What I'm saying
Steph is getting guarded when he's shooting it from 40. Gilbert was not getting guarded. No, he was not. All the shots I seen him taking out there, he was wide open. Everybody was like, "Go ahead."
He was getting guarded when he's shooting. Steph Curry best highlights, right?
The bang bang is probably number one, and he was getting guarded on that one.
His best highlights, he's either coming off of a screen or he's coming down half court.
Gilbert should have had people setting screens.
He do a look, but that wasn't the league now. That's like telling freaking Shaq, hey, these centers not now shooting threes. You gotta shoot threes. It's
Shaq better shoot some threes if he won't play today.
The game back then was inside out.
I get it.
Gilbert Arenas was a great shooter.
And Steph Curry, what did Steph Curry do? Did Steph Curry change the game from outside in?
Can I ask you a
question?
To outside
in?
He did. Can I ask you a quick question?
Go ahead.
He changed the game in 2016. The NBA rules changed in 2015 saying the offensive player can go where they at. If I'm guarding you, right, all I got to do is put two hands on you. It's a foul.
Yeah.
Back then, whenever people post up, you could push them.
Yeah, but we're not talking post. We're not talking post, though. We talking outside shooting.
So if it's an outside shooting, right, the way that they run off screens now, you get called for an offensive foul if you slide. Back in the day, somebody was coming around, you could have slide over to get that player better. The rules in today's game, they favor the offensive player. And with that being said, when Gilbert Arenas was playing, if he shot the ball, missed it, right? Both teams. The freaking shot clock went back to 24.
Yeah, that's
right.
true.
Now it goes back to 14, meaning the offense has more time to get up shots. If Gilbert Arenas was in today's game with the
how does that benefit him with the 14 seconds?
Because the offense has more opportunities to score because the game is played faster, right? So that's like if the game is played.
I think slow, don't you have more offensive time if you have more time on the clock?
Yeah, but you have more possessions, meaning if I have 80 possessions a game versus 120, I'm going to score more if I have 120 chances on offense. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
I see what you're saying. I just disagree. And this is one of those times where it's okay for us to respectfully disagree because we got much more we got to get to, unless you're not trying to leave at 7.
Go ahead.
Hey, and what I meant to say to you is...
Don't even talk to me no more. Go ahead.
What I meant to say to you is our debate can be our debate. The comments will tell us who, quote unquote, won by whoever they, which it won't really say who won, but it'll say who everybody thinks won. You know what I'm saying?
Chat.
Talk about it. Talk to the chat. And I'm going to talk to the chat.
Drop down in the comment section.
Talk about it.
Right. If Gilbert Arenas...
was in today's game,
would he be a better shooter than Steph Curry?
That sounds like a hot take. It just sounds like it.
It's not a hot, it's a fact. Gilbert Arenas.
It's not a fact because it's not. We can't prove it.
Gilbert Arenas was the first one to shoot the ball and then turn around. Right? Steph did it so much that they gave it to Steph. Gilbert Arenas was doing that back in the day, but the fact that Steph got way more opportunities to do it, they gave it to Steph. Gilbert was the one. Matter of fact, the freaking 2K shot celebrations, that came from Gilbert Arenas. He would shoot the ball, boom.
So are you just trying to give Gilbert Arenas his flowers right now? Like, I don't care about none of that. Steph is better.
What I'm saying is, Steph is a better shooter. People would say he's a better. If you ask me right now, I would say Steph is a better shooter for conversation's sake. But if we gonna actually have a debate, then I would go deeper into it. And I would say Gilbert Arenas.
I feel like you said what you needed to say.
He would be just as good, if not better than Steph.
Hey, listen. You play
T-Mac a better shooter than Kevin Durant. Go ahead.
You play semantics there because I don't disagree that he might be a just as good shooter
or better.
But the whole reason that I even bring up this conversation is, what is Klay for?
In the shooters?
Yeah.
God dang, that what was a long rant.
Yeah, I know.
Off, just for conversation's sake, I would probably say top 5. Some people got him as 2, but if we being honest, J.R. Smith, he's a streaky shooter. But if you put J.R. Smith and Klay Thompson in the same situation, I think J.R. Smith outshoots Klay Thompson.
When you say situation, what you mean? Because I think J.R. Smith is better off the dribble shoot, but I think catch and shoot, Klay got him.
I would say, okay, if J.R. Smith played with Steph Curry, he had the same amount of looks as Klay Thompson had, he would be an all-star for a fact.
I think I think J.R. Smith is underrated, so I think he's gonna be an all-star regardless.
Yep.
I think he should be an all-star regardless.
He's just as good, if not better, than Klay Thompson. Because you got to think.
Their styles is real different, though. That's why it's hard for me to think. Like, with the Gilbert Arenas, Steph Curry thing, I could see that. But with the Klay and Spitty, they so different that it...
So check it out, right? Mm-hmm. Whenever me and you play ball, and we on the same team, I automatically be like, Trav, my point guard, I ain't going hard. I'm going to just either drive or I'm going to stand over here. Yeah. That's what Klay Thompson got. Mm-hmm. I don't think J.R. Smith ever had that. Now, granted, he was on the team with Braun, but he was coming off the bench. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I would say with Klay Thompson, everybody is focused on Steph, and he can shoot. So it's just like, as soon as you watch Steph, let me take 2 steps over here. I get it. Open. Boom, yeah. If J.R. Smith was in that setting and he was sober, and he had Steph Curry.
Definitely got to throw that in there.
He would be up there as far as the best shooters go.
I had a little video.
Shout out to J.R. Smith, though.
Is this it? I think.
And if y'all disagree with my takes, I challenge y'all, DM us on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. You can come on the show, we'll call you, and I'll beat you in any debate. Nobody know basketball better than me outside of Brian Scalabrine.
That's true. That's the goal.
That's a fact. It is what it is. J.R. Smith's still a better shooter than
All right, man.